Every year at the Clare Boothe Luce Center for Conservative Women, we give a Woman of the Year award to honor an extraordinary woman who, like our organization's namesake, Clare Boothe Luce, shows courage, leadership, grace, faith, and dedication to advancing conservative principles. And most importantly, a woman who is a great role model for the young women who we work with. In 2019, the Woman of the Year was Molly Hemingway, and we actually did it right here in this building here, for her thoughtful commentary on Fox, her leadership and writing as senior fellow at the Federalist, and her best-selling book, Justice on Trial, The Kavanaugh Confirmation. She's also a wife and a mother and loves mentoring young women. She's done that a lot with us. In 2018, we gave the award to Rachel Campos Duffy, mother of 9 children, a powerful voice for our side who made an impressive point of seeking opportunities to go onto liberal programs like The View and Today and Lifetime Network series to talk about conservative ideas. In 2017, Kellyanne Conway, the first woman to successfully run a presidential campaign for President Trump, and then she served as counselor to the president for 4 years. She's the mother of 4, and Kellyanne served on the board of Clare Boothe Luce for 8 years and really helped our organization a lot. In 2016, we gave to Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, mother of 2, a passionate supporter of many conservative ideas, including the right to life. And 2016 was the year that she was one of the leaders in the fight to defund Planned Parenthood and was chair of that select House committee on infant lives that led to that information gathering about the medical and business practice of abortion providers and organizations that sell baby body parts. So you're in good company, really. This year at the White House, 2020, I know how turbulent it's been. You know, you had Biden voters rioting all over the country. We had the Chinese virus from Wuhan, and what may have been the most fraud-filled election in the history of our country. Kayleigh's outstanding work as assistant to the president and White House press secretary made her the unanimous choice for 2020 Woman of the Year. Kayleigh was born in Tampa, Florida, graduated from Harvard Law School with a Juris Doctor degree, and is also a graduate of Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service with a degree in international politics. She also studied politics and international relations at Oxford University, St. Edmund Hall. That's how you know so much up there. She began her media career as a producer for Huckabee on Fox, and later as a CNN commentator. She appeared nightly on CNN. Can you imagine that? God bless you. Primetime shows through the 2016 election programming. Before joining CNN, she appeared on ABC's The View and was regularly featured on various Fox News and Fox Business programs. And in addition to her television work, she served as a contributor to The Hill and wrote a column for Above the Law. She married a few years ago, and they have a beautiful little girl. I looked at the pictures on the internet. And credits her faith for getting her the job as President Trump's press secretary and assistant. She said, quote, "God had a clear and definite plan for my life, and he put me on this journey in media and politics for a reason." She said, "I knew that God put me in this position in the White House at this moment in time for a reason." And we all thank God for that. You're a brilliant and no-nonsense, sensible press secretary, a position that takes some heavy-duty tolerance and patience in the face of a sometimes out-of-control media. We watch the job you do with such admiration. Thank you for all you've done for America. Thank you for inspiring so many women, especially the young women on college campuses and the schools that we work with. You're such an excellent example to them and to your own daughter. You're a leader who, like Clare Boothe Luce, is poised, persuasive, principled, and like Mrs. Luce, gracious but powerfully strong. So today it's my great privilege to present you with the Clare Boothe Luce Center for Conservative Women's 2020 Woman of the Year Award.
tonight.
Well, thank you guys. It's an honor to be here. It really is, and it's an honor to receive this award and from such a prominent center that does so much good work for women across the country and young women in particular. These are great organizations, and you guys have chosen to really take a part of organizations that are at the heart of the conservative movement. You know, as mentioned, I grew up in Florida. I remember listening to Rush Limbaugh. I love politics from a very young age. I remember the 1996 election when I was 8 years old. It was Bob Dole. So I was cheering for him on the playground, Dole versus Clinton, and I was just a young kid. And I remember my brother voting for Clinton, and even though I grew up in a conservative family, and I got so mad at him and I wouldn't talk to him for weeks. And he said he liked the sound of his name, that's why he voted for him, and voted in our little elementary school election. We were not committing voter fraud. But I, from a young age, knew I had a passion, and it was just instilled in me, even though my family was conservative. I didn't come from a political background or a political family per se, but I grew up riding my dad's truck and listening to Rush Limbaugh, and I knew I liked what Rush Limbaugh had to say. So that, in that sense, I was a Rush baby, if you will. He has been a real thought leader in this movement, and of course he's battling terminal cancer right now, and he is the reason a lot of people like me are doing what we're doing, because we recognize common sense, and he was an inspiration, I should say, to so many. And you know, basically my advice to young women is when you have a passion, pursue it, and ask for opportunity, and don't be scared to ask for it. I was in high school, just got a car and was able to drive, was 16, and I started volunteering for the Bush-Cheney campaign, and they said, hey, why don't you intern? It's something I'd never thought about as a high schooler, but you know, when you're running a political campaign and there's a young enterprising kid who can open the office for you early in the morning and man the phone bank, you won't believe the opportunities that you will get. So I did that, and then just one internship after the other. I interned for Tom Gallagher, who proudly tried to stop Charlie Crist, who is now a Democrat, but tried to help him cross the finish line. Then went to Georgetown because I knew there was one place I wanted to be. It was DC, and I wanted to be at the heart of politics. And Georgetown was the place for me, but really any school in DC, I would encourage young women to pursue opportunities here, because you can intern during the year when it's not as competitive to do so. And so I did that in the White House. It appears my fellow intern colleague is here, which is a great story for how you will always cross paths in life with the same people. You know, being a conservative woman, you'll be amazed at the bridges you build that intersect throughout life. You know, like interning at Fox, then taking my first job at Fox, and Sarah Huckabee, seeing her in the green room. And at the time, I'm just working for her dad as a producer for his show, never knowing that one day Donald Trump would come along and Sarah Sanders would take a job who I would later follow in her footsteps. And what a great family the Huckabees are. But being able to intern in the Bush White House was an incredible experience. I just always know, put in your best work. And I remember blundering something in the White House for Bush. I was supposed to, I think, fax the state of Louisiana his schedule, and I forgot to do so. And so no one in the state knew where he was. And I essentially got chastised, and I was in the bathroom of the old executive office building crying my eyes out, thinking about, you know, my big blunder. But you overcome and you fight back, and never let your mistakes get you down. You just fight back 10 times harder. And then finally, just going out into the media world, I went to Harvard Law School, where I was vastly outnumbered. My peers were all pretty much liberal. There were a few of us conservatives there, but I guess it was preparing me for going to CNN, where I would be on 8-on-1 outnumbered panels, because make no mistake, Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon, they are Democrats indeed. So that was always fun and quite a good training ground for my next foray into politics, where I would go on to be the Republican Party spokesperson and work for the campaign before getting to my current role. And I think one of the things that is so important for women in particular is to know that you don't need to sacrifice having a family for your career, because there's a lot of pressure, you know, as you're going through life and building up these footsteps to wait to have kids. And to each woman her own, it's your choice in life. But, you know, I knew I wanted to have a baby, and probably several. And I did that no matter, you know, how that would intersect with my career. And I've been so fortunate and blessed that Donald Trump is the most supportive boss you could ever imagine. I remember when I got my current job, he called me and his very first question to me was, is your baby going to be okay? Is your husband going to be okay? And I said, don't worry about it. We've got it covered and you make it work. So just know you can pursue your dreams. You can have a family and follow the dreams in your heart. And thank you so much for this award. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.